Fuck yeah.
Earl Skakel in the house. Cause I'm the nature boy. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna get some pussy in this parking lot.
You got that right.
Earl Skakel in the house. Cause I'm the nature boy.
Late night.
I mean, these Billy Idol fans, they be hoes.
Big time.
On that one.
AC/DC in the house.
Maybe I'll interview one of those illegal t-shirt people. They're all over this place, man.
No, I was too sad about losing Corey Perry. Yeah, I don't mind the Scott Lawton pickup. I mean, it's not what I wanted for the trade deadline, but, I wanted Patrick Line. I think you could have gotten him for cheap. He's going to score goals. But would have been an interesting power play because he's got to play on the power play. That's his specialty. And Panarin's a right-handed shot, so they're not going to work well together. I mean, I've heard through the grapevine that there's a possibility Perry may re-sign with the Kings. He still wants to play next year. But, it just sucked to see the only guy who stood up for his teammates leave. I was at the Boston game when Zadorov was bullying Kempe and Fiala, and Perry was literally the only one to go up to him and go, "Hey, motherfucker." Lois is no longer with us, Matt. She passed away about 3 weeks ago. Here she is. There's Lois. There is her nose print and some of her hair. Yeah, but I don't think, I know him a lot. His brother's a UFC fighter, but he doesn't fight that much. So, I don't know. It's just discouraging. Oh, fuck, man. I'm sorry, Maddie. Sorry to hear that. I mean, I know that there's not a lot of fighting that goes on in the league anyway. But, and I forget the player it was, but the Boston goalie had, I think he pushed Kopitar or something, tripped him or whatever, and Perry was relentless for like the next 5 minutes, yelling from the bench. I mean, Perry actually gives a shit. I didn't, when Kemper got run by Rantanen, Perry was literally the only one from the bench, like saying, "Hey, motherfucker." So, um, you know, yes. Well, yeah, ACDC. I guess ACDC. You're in the Dabbleverse, so. Yeah, I was watching the stream, and I got a screen. It looked like the screen froze, and then it said, "Video's no longer available. John Melendez struck the channel." I mean, because Kevin was um, talking to the club owner. Um, of Rodney's, and I don't think he was saying very nice things about John, the club owner. So, I mean, he's a great player. I mean, and he still can score. I mean, I think he had like 10 goals in 50 games because he was hurt for the first 2 months. So, in terms of the two guys we got, I mean, no, he wasn't going to hoist the cup with the Kings, but, you know, I don't know. I just liked having him on the team. And I really grew to respect him. I mean, I could have cared less about his past. I went on a lot of podcasts when we signed him. I'm like, this is an amazing move. We finally have a dick on the team who's willing to fucking get the hands dirty. In terms of the two players we got, I mean, I've warmed up a little bit to Lawton. I mean, we need centers. I mean, he's not exactly the guy I thought of to get, but there's not a lot of centers out there. I don't think Trocheck wanted to come this far west. I mean, you can't go any further unless Hawaii gets a team. I believe Holland was tried to get Trocheck in the Panarin deal. And Joseph, he's really fast. I mean, I remember watching him in St. Louis going, Jesus, this guy is a fucking speed burner. So, it'll be nice to have some speed on the team. I mean, we could sneak into the playoffs. We're still like 3 points out. I mean, every game's big now. I mean, Montreal today is a big game. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's good on faceoffs. But it's just we have enough middle six guys. But it's good to see the kids, Wright and Connors play, and I think you put Joseph with them. That's a very fast line. I mean, um, I think Wright had one of the fastest skating times recorded this year. I guess the other night. So we'll see. I mean, I don't think there was a lot they could have done. There really wasn't. I'm kind of glad they didn't give up the farm for Thomas, although, obviously he's a great center, but, or they didn't give up the farm for anyone else. I mean, I do think their defense is made for the playoffs, big sloths on defense, except for Clark. I mean, obviously Fiala would help, but, they didn't really replace him. That's why I wanted Line, but, no, I heard he's going to take over for Perry. Like, that's what I thought DJ Smith said in the press conference. I mean, I don't think they got him to play in the AHL. He's incredibly fast. But, he's kind of like a black Mike Donnelly. Like, what's he going to do when he gets there, But he's a big body. I recall him being a little bit of an edge. I mean, I just love the line with Wright and Connors and Perry, but, it's not going to be around anymore. So, Kevin's a snitch. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that in terms of a snitch. I mean, I just think I mean, my thoughts on what happened a week ago Friday night are still the same. It's just not. I don't think anyone won. I think the club looked bad for their piss poor security, and I think the host letting Cumia go up on stage. I would never have that host at my club again. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but you never let an audience member bring up a comic who they hate each other. I mean, it's just like that was a bad, bad move there. There shouldn't have been anyone allowed on stage. I think it was a bad look for the crowd to behave like a bunch of unhinged animals. And I think it was a horrible look for John to do 7 minutes and walk off. I mean, I've done comedy for a very long time. I've never seen a headliner, whether it be at the Comedy Store or an open mic in the Valley, do 7 minutes when they're supposed to do 35, which 35 minutes is not that long of a time for a headliner. It's barely feature time. And they walk off after 7 minutes. So it's just not a good look for anybody. I mean, Tommy Jordan, and he's kind of grown on me, to be honest with you, but like, if I was on stage and he came on, or anyone came on, not just Tommy, but anyone, they're going to land in about the fifth floor. Because stage is my safe space. When I'm on there, nobody's getting on there. One, because I had to fight too hard to get on that stage in the first place. And, I don't know. Just, it's unfortunate all the way around for everybody. I mean, I would be blown away if another club hired John, knowing that this could happen at their club. And, I watched, I guess it was about 30 minutes of Kevin interviewing this guy before John struck his channel. And, guy seems like a nice guy. He's just trying to run a club in New York City, which I can appreciate how hard that is. But he didn't really seem to want to take responsibility for too much. So, well, that's the thing, AC/DC. It's one thing to be funny to your friends at the water cooler. It's another thing to make strangers who've paid money. Their attitude is make me laugh. Oh, Rob, I think I didn't answer your question. I watched a little bit of that game. I mean, yeah, Colorado's fucking amazing. I mean, they just, and they got Kadri and Waugh from, I think, Toronto. No, Vegas or Toronto. No, Toronto. So, I mean, the rich get richer. I mean, if the Kings do get into the playoffs, they're probably playing Colorado. So, but it's expensive to go to a comedy club, and and the non-Dabbleverse people in that audience lose because there was probably they said there was 170 people in there. There's probably 30, maybe 40 people in there who said, hey, it's Friday night. Let's go to a comedy club. They didn't even know who John was. They just wanted to go see a comedy show. And so, they asked, I think the club owner said 16 people asked for refunds or something. So, and then, like I said, like, I don't know how Rodney's works, but if 16 people walked out on their tab, or 16 people, I think, asked for refunds, but I don't know how many people walked out on their tabs. But like at the Comedy Store, I'm pretty sure the waitresses have to pay. If someone walks out on their tab, that's on the waitresses. So I don't know what Rodney's stance is, but so Adrian Barbeau, wow. Escape from New York, yowza. I don't really have stand-up heroes. I've said this many times before on my lovely YouTube stream that I watched TV shows more than I did stand-up. So, like Archie Bunker, the way he said things in such an awful way. I mean, Archie Bunker, when you just break down the character, was just a dumb racist. But it was the way he delivered the lines that kind of made him likable. And then there was a TV show called The White Shadow that was on for just 3 years. But like the first 2 seasons were awesome. And it was like an ensemble version of All in the Family, where it's just really edgy humor, especially for CBS prime time. When there's only three networks, CBS, NBC, and ABC, like to have a show like The White Shadow on was so ahead of its time. So I didn't necessarily watch stand up a lot. I didn't. The Dean Martin roast I was exposed to. So like Foster Brooks to me was like amazing. Um, but in terms of later on, yeah, Dice. I love Dice. And then I didn't. I still don't watch stand up. I want to do it. I don't want to watch it. So of course I have comics that I admire, like Robert Schimmel, Stephen Wright, Mitch Hedberg, Anthony Jeselnik, Bo Burnham. Um, that's funny you say that. Oh shit. Uh, Permaseal. I don't even know what this means. $4.99. We finally have a Richard on the team. You talked about Zumach. I don't know what that means, Permaseal, but you know what? Who gives a fuck? And because Permaseal, I have such respect for you. You get the double ray gun. Now my sound effects they've disappeared, son of a bitch. Where are they? My sound effects are gone. Well, hold on, Permaseal. Permaseal finishing in the house. Downloads. Where are they? Fuck. Let's see. Downloads. Well, Permaseal. I had all my. Hold on, man. You get the double ray gun, Permaseal. Hold on here. Downloads. Oh, here we go. Permaseal. You get this. You get the smoke detector. Well, this is certainly killing my stream because I'm. Here we go. I know. Man, Permaseal, let me see here. 94 more in the fine. Let's get the fine. Here we go. Permaseal, I apologize. Here we go.
Earl Skakel in the house. Because I'm the nature boy.
Here we go, Permaseal.
Earl Skakel getting paid, baby.
This is for you, Permaseal. I was there for all those home games, Rob.
It's in the game.
Thank you, Permaseal finishing. It's worth the wait, isn't it?
Earl Skakel. Getting paid, baby.
See how excited I get when I get $5? Sorry about the delay there, guys. I'm a one-man army.
Earl Skakel. Earl Skakel. Earl Skakel. Double ray guns.
Fuck yeah. Double ray guns, baby.
With the ray guns.
Earl Skakel in the house. Now, someone asked me before for some Skid Row footage. I like to give back to my people. And for some reason, when I put on the Skid Row footage, the stream blows up in numbers. So I don't know what that says about my fans. But Waver in the house. welcome. I know this is a weird time to stream. Perma Seal, you don't have to pay. I'm not trying to scam you for money, honey. What did you mean we have a dick in the house? I didn't get that reference, but I'm out of the loop, so I apologize for that. Here we go. Not much going on in the stream right now, but here we go. So we are live at Hackamania. It's sold out. Um, I mean, I was at that game. Adam Deadmarsh, Joseph Stumple, Rob Blake, Matt Green. Um, you know, um, Brian Smolinski. Great series. But yeah, I mean, Kings. That's the crazy thing is they were in a weird spot. Like they couldn't do a total sell off because they're 7 points out of third now. I think Carolina beat Edmonton tonight, so I mean, if the Kings won 3 or 4 in a row, like they could be battling for a not just a wild card position. Obviously they trade Fogle. I don't think Fogle wanted to be here anymore. They get a second and a third for him. They get a second for Philippe Deneau. I mean, they have a lot of draft picks now all of a sudden. So, yeah, that is a nice fire going. Um, oh, is that a big ballroom? Yeah, Aaron Miller, not Matt Green. I'm sorry, Rob. Thank you very much for correcting me. I thought, I don't think Matt Green was around that early. So, yeah, I mean, so it'll be interesting. I mean, the Kings, Byfield, I think is playing tomorrow night, or it's actually 4 p.m., so it's not tomorrow night. I mean, if Byfield could get it going, I could live with Kopitar, Byfield, and Lawton and Hellenius. I mean, the fourth line has been the Kings' best line the last couple games. That ain't good. And it'll be interesting to see how Joseph. Um, he's not going to score a lot, but he's fucking fast, man. I mean, him, Wright, and Connors. That's a nice third line. My team before the LA Kings was actually the New York Rangers because I was a huge fan of Barry Beck. He, to this day, is my favorite player. He was a big, hulking defenseman, at least big for that era. And it's funny. I talk to him on Facebook every now and then. He lives in China now, but it's kind of surreal to me to talk to him. Yeah, Dennis Maruk was a great player. I don't like, I mean, I guarantee you most of you people have probably never heard of some of these guys, but like Will Paymont, he wasn't like the first power forward, but like, he was a great goal scorer and a really dirty player. And then who I'm trying to think of some of the other players I liked. Ron Duguay. I'm trying to think. Eddie Johnstone. I mean, a lot of New York Rangers. I've become friends, crazy enough, with Ed Hospodar. Yeah, Blaine Stoughton. I mean, he was in that era of like Ron Francis and Ulf Samuelson and Randy Ladouceur, Joel Quenneville. I mean, right now it's 63 degrees, so it's not that cold out there, but that's easy for me to say. Like, I'm literally, in a warm condo right now. So, yeah, this is, I thought there'd be more people out there on a Friday night. But pretty tame right now. Yeah, I mean, Tiger Williams was one of my favorites. Oh shit, that fire's getting a nice burn right now. Holy fuck. Let's angle the camera a little more. I mean, that's crazy. The cops let this shit go on. I mean, they drive by and are like, fuck that. Yeah, Lappy was great. I remember he saw me once at the King's practice rink, and this is when I had some real mutton chops, so sideburns. He just looks at me and goes, "I love your sideburns." Yeah, I mean, this is yikes. I mean, this is just, this is where my taxes go to right here. I mean, I don't mean to be a dick, but like, you know, it's, I mean, my God, if a wind picked up here, but I mean, I guess what can you do? You can't really arrest them. I mean, you want to clog up the system with these people? And yes, I just did say these people, but I mean, as you can see, this is in the city. I mean, look at the cars driving by. Yes, 100%. I mean, I want all people in the world to have food and shelter. But Permasil, I don't think you've been in here this late. This is the right there. That's the fentanyl tent. As you can see, it's double wide. So, let's. This is a little depressing right now. Let's go back to my beautiful face. Earl Skakel live in the house Saturday morning. We can talk anything. I mean, Permaseal Finishing is here, so we can talk Dabbleverse. Although I think the Stuttering John event has been covered to death already. I mean, my thoughts on the situation were well known. I do think John should have finished the set. He would have gotten respect from that crowd. And yes, it was a tough crowd, no doubt about it. No one's going to deny that. Even if you don't like Stuttering John, you would have to admit that that was a rough crowd. But, I had to go on once after Dave Chappelle in basically a black room. And they were rowdy to call me the N-word, throwing shit at me. And I fucking held my ground. I just showed no fear, and I did my full fucking time. And, I won them over. Now, maybe I didn't win everyone over because there's 400 people in the room, but I won most of them over. Yeah, Robitaille was a great player. I mean, one of the greatest left wings of all time. Of course, King fans are very divisive on him and how he is as a hockey executive, but as a player, first ballot Hall of Famer, left winger, maybe one of the greatest left wingers of all time. Definitely in there. Permaseal Finishing, $4.99. I'm up early going to catch some seafood here on the East Coast. Well, you know what you're also going to catch? Permaseal Finishing. Now that I have everything queued up.
Ray guns. Hit 'em with the ray gun. Double ray gun. Hit 'em with the ray gun.
Fuck yeah. Damn, I wish I could get some East Coast seafood. Thank you very much. Well, I mean, we got the Permaseal Finishing. Golf and fishing, only 2 reasons to get up early. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Earl Skakel getting paid, baby. Yeti Sport. It's in the game. Earl Skakel. Getting paid, baby.
Yeah. Fuck
Earl
yeah.
Skakel. Earl Skakel. Earl Skakel. Yeah, baby. Ray guns. Hit 'em with the ray gun.
Permaseal. Um, yeah, well, I mean, I just, like I said earlier, I just don't think there's any winners on this whole thing. Um, I mean, I can't think of a single person who came out looking better. Um, you know, and I'm someone who has no skin in the game. Like, I don't know Kumia. I mean, I don't like or dislike John. I don't really feel one way or the other towards him. I've done one show with him at the Comedy Store. I guess I'm a Kevin Brennan fan just based on his stand up, but I don't even know if I would say Kevin looked good. Challenging John to a fight and then going, "Hey, here's Stevie Lou. How's that feel?" I just don't think that looks like great. But I guess all sides have their supporters. Um, I mean, definitely Shen going to the Islanders. I mean, that's a bold move by the Islanders. They gave up a lot. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, Kadri to the Avalanche. I mean, the Avalanche are going all in. Um, yeah, I mean, usually when a comic says they killed, they didn't. But obviously Gino might have killed, and from what I hear, most of the comics were so bad that Gino might have looked like the best one. So I mean, I can't say he did or didn't. I have no idea. Um, yeah, I mean, I heard Kiki's set. Oh, it was a little rough to be honest with you, but I'm also not going to judge a comic on one set that I heard. I mean, I'm sure if anyone saw my Hackamania set, they would go, "This guy sucks." But I mean, yeah, it that was a little rough. So I can't say Gino did bad or good. I haven't heard any of his set. I mean, I don't think John could sue the owner. I mean, you can't really sue a comedy club for what they should have done. I mean, this is, in the comedy world, I don't want to, like lose you guys with comedy terms, but it's a B room and probably closer to a C room. An A room being like, the mothership, the stand, the cellar, the comedy store, the Hollywood Improv, the Laugh Factory. I don't think Rodney's is even a top five club in the city. I mean, you've got the stand, you've got the cellar, you've got some of the satellite offshoots of the cellar. So, no, that's Gino Bisconte, not Gino Malkin. Well, I heard actually that some other guy named John got the 2,500, and then he paid the comics. I believe John got $400, but to be honest with you, if that was my club, I was the booker or the owner or both. John doesn't get paid a dollar. It's like, hey, dude, you are contractually obligated, whether it be verbally or written, to do 35 minutes. You did 7. You're not getting paid. And I guess the comic before John did 3 minutes and bailed. He ain't getting paid. Um, I mean, I guess I would pay Gino because he did his full time, and Kiki did her full time, whether it was funny or not. Um, yes, Patrick Roy was an Avalanche, Roy Orwa. So, I mean, I'm blown away that the club paid all the comics $2,500. I mean, but you get what you pay for. So, I mean, I would say the best goaltenders ever. You got to go old school, and I think Ken Dryden won 5 Stanley Cups. I think Billy Smith is up there. I mean, Patrick Roy is definitely in the conversation. Martin Brodeur. So, um, but I'm just fascinated. I mean, I'm a stand-up comic, so this story is very intriguing to me, and you get an inner working of what you know a club a club relationship with a comic is. Um, and I feel the worst, and I'm not the first person to say this, but like I feel the worst for the waitresses and the bartenders. Now I still don't know, unless I misunderstood the owner, that they don't get the credit cards up front. They have people pay their bill like a restaurant, like you pay at the end of the meal. Now, the comedy store, you have to give them a credit card as soon as you sit down, and you pay for your two drinks, and then you're asked if you want to leave the tab open. Unless I misunderstood it, Rodney's does it like I said, like a restaurant. Like you order whatever you order, and then you pay at the end. Well, I would guess from what I saw, 20 to 25% of the tables just got up and left and loitered on the street. So I don't I don't know the business policies of Rodney's, but in a lot of clubs, those skipped out tabs, those fall on the waitresses and the bartenders. So that's who really got fucked over. That's a great question. What's worse? Well, I mean, Melton said this, so I'm going to piggyback on what Melton said. Those are the two worst sins because and I think you heard someone yell last call right before John got off. So they're scrambling at that point. You got to figure out who's paid. Probably not many people had paid. You got to run and like yell at the bartenders to like, hey, we need the bill for table 5, table 6. We fuck it, we need them for all the tables. And then running the light after a certain point. Now, this is like at a club like the store where they have the credit cards, so they haven't gotten paid yet, so it's okay. But some places, the comic runs the light. I'm talking about the headliner, and the waitresses have already been paid. It's wasted time to the workers. They've already been paid. Um, Now, if it's a lineup of like 6 or 7 comics and everyone runs the light, which, all it takes is for one comic to run the light, and then everyone else is, well, Earl did it, I'm going to do it. And then, well, if Earl and Billy did it, I'm going to run the light. The comics are like fucking children. So, I mean, that's a great question, but they're pretty equal, to be honest with you. Well, that, like I said, ACDC, that's what the store, um, good morning, Flat Cat. That's what the store does. Like, literally, as soon as your ass hits the seat, hey, it's 2 drink minimum. We take the credit. I don't know what they say, but like, um, you pay for your first 4 drinks. Like I'm talking 4 if you're on a date, so 2 drinks each, and then you're asked if you want to close out or you want to keep it going. Now, 90% of the tables keep it going, but there are some people who just get 4 bottles of water and they don't need a third bottle of water. Um, I mean, I definitely would get a credit card, but um, so it's just not a good look for anyone all the way around. Um, Good morning, studios. We're just going to call you studios. Um, because there's also a second show, I believe, that John was not on. So John just did one early show. And so, you've got to now try and kick people out and clean the room. Like I know at the Comedy Store, they need 30 to 35 minutes to clean a room. So, the late show, those people were probably waiting in line outside and they're getting pissed because it's pretty cold in New York right now. And like, so that's going to affect their tips, the late show tips, because those people are fucking pissed that they've had to wait and outside in the cold. And, so, um, well, I think Rob, it's hard to go with like if you look at Juan, like a Purdue comparison, like it's also the teams in front of them. Like you look at, say, Darcy Kemper. If you were to put him back on the Colorado Avalanche, he'd be the best goalie in the league. But with the Kings, they're not as good, so they're going to face a lot more high quality shots. If you were to put Patrick Waugh on the San Jose Sharks in the '90s or in the late '80s instead of the Canadians, he wouldn't be considered the greatest goalie of all time because he would have been facing 50 shots a game. Uh, Well, I think waiters are hoping, like I can't speak to side splitters, but I think waiters are hoping that you get your two drinks and then you leave the tab open because if it's a good show, if it's like Chad and Florentine's going to do over an hour, Chad probably does 30, they want you, hey, we'll take another beer, and you're in a good mood because Florentine's a fucking killer comic. You're gonna probably tip well, and that's how it should work. But like at Rodney's, it was just a clusterfuck. I think the club was overwhelmed. I think, frankly, John was overwhelmed with the audience reaction to him. I think, no one thought it would get that out of hand that fast. So I don't know what lessons were learned, to be frank, if any, other than not to book John, just because you don't know if he's going to walk off again. Or to book John and say, hey, you get paid after the show. And, you got to do your time. Because I was backstage once at a show where, just to show you how some club owners handle things, Nick Swartzen was opening up for Screech. And Swartzen is a great comic now, but he was, when he was young and hungry and trying to make it, he was fucking spectacular. And his 20 minutes was airtight, killer funny. And, so Nick does a killer 20 minutes, and Screech goes out there because he's the bigger name. And he starts bombing 5 minutes in, and he walks off at like maybe 10 minutes. And the owner was like, hey, you get back out there and you do your full fucking hour, or you're not getting paid. And so Screech went back out there, and he struggled to do the hour, but he did it, and he got paid. Like, if I was the owner of Rodney's, I would have said to John, wherever in the back, in the green room or whatever, you get back out there and you do your 35 minutes, or you're not making $1. So the owner of Rodney, yeah, I mean, 100% flat cat. The owner of Rodney's just had no idea what was going to happen, talent and audience. Yeah, I mean, you can never get into the head of a headliner and know how they're going to act. The crowd, and let's be, this is where I'll stick up for John to a degree. That crowd was crazy. But like me personally, I played in front of wilder crowds. I played at the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville on a Friday night late show where they're so fucking shit faced hammered by the time you get on, you can barely get out a joke. But you know what? You stay in the pocket, you eventually win them over, and they quiet down. Thoughts on Brian Callen saying that Rogan Comedy Store era was more legendary? It wasn't. Like, that's not a knock on Joe, but you can't compare the '80s blow up scene to I mean, don't get me wrong, the Rogan era was great. I mean, I think the resurgence of the Comedy Store, was several things, like Adam Egget taking over for the fired talent coordinator. He brought back Rogan, he brought back Joey Diaz. And, a lot of people are going to think this is self serving, but, Roast Battle was a hugely popular show locally in LA. And that got people to go, hey, let's go to the Comedy Store tonight. It's Roast Battle night. So, I don't agree with Callen, but, I don't like Brian Callen. So, he's a piece of shit. But he's not right. I mean, the Rogan era was big, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't '80s big. And I was there, the Rogan era. You had Chris D'Elia before any of that shit happened. Bobby Lee, Joey Diaz, Theo Vaughn. This was even before Tim Dillon was coming around. So it was an awesome era for sure. But like, the 80s were just, and it's unfair to compare the Rogan era to the 80s. It was just a different vibe. You got to understand in the 80s, there was no Netflix, there was no internet really, or it was just starting out. So if you wanted to go to a comedy show, you had to go to a comedy show. You couldn't watch YouTube. There was no YouTube live stream. There was no way to really watch comedy other than to consume it live. So, you can't really compare the eras. To be fair, John's not a professional comedian and had no clue or skill to handle the audience. Yeah, 100%. But I think where people kind of ridicule John is that he talks a big game like he's this amazing comic. And a good comic would have handled that crowd. A good comic would have stayed in the pocket, maybe roasted Cumia for a little bit, maybe roasted Kevin Brennan for a little bit, maybe roasted, I don't know, some of the other fucking idiots in the room, and then got the crowd on their side. John never got the crowd on their side. And, opening up with reading Cumia's arrest thing, that's a 10-year-old joke. So it's not really funny anymore. The punchline, and, I'm not sticking up for Cumia, but that arrest report has been read 100 times on the radio already. So, and he had no backup plan once. And, Tommy Jordan should not have done what he did, but I wish he didn't do it, because you could tell already that, the crowd probably laughed a little bit in the beginning when he started reading the initial arrest report, but then with almost each paragraph, the response got a little less. So I wish Tommy would have just let him, the crowd was turning on him on their own. They didn't need Tommy to do it. So, listen, no doubt about it that the crowd was rough. But it's kind of like, and I use the example that when I had to open up, I was supposed to open up for Chappelle at the Comedy Store. It was a regular lineup, but I was told you're gonna bring up Chappelle. So the sound guy was like, when I say Dave, bring him up. So I'm about to go on, the comic before me is bringing me up, and all of a sudden Dave walks in and goes, Earl, can I go on now? I'm like, well, yeah, sure. What am I gonna say, no? And so I started to leave, because Chappelle will typically do 2 hours. At the 2 hours to Chappelle, it's like 15 minutes for me. So I start getting into my car, and the manager comes running out, going, hey, dude, he's only doing 10 minutes. You got to get back up there. And obviously the crowd is super psyched to see Chappelle. It's like a Kiss concert when he comes to the Comedy Store. And so I basically get on stage, and it's pretty much a black room. Comedy Store's not necessarily a black club, but that night it was. And I've never seen 400 black people, or probably 300 of the 400 people in the room were black. I've never seen a crowd like that, dead quiet. And I walked out to the front of the stage. I didn't cower, I didn't hesitate. And I said, I know what you're thinking. Who the fuck is this white guy? And how is he going to follow Dave Chappelle, the greatest comic of all time? But I'm glad I got this spot tonight, guys, because now I finally know how the Chinese guy feels following the black guy in a gangbang. And I got an applause break, and they stayed. I didn't walk one person. So definitely a tough crowd, but most crowds you can win over if you show an effort and that you give a shit. So, but he didn't. He took the easy way out, and he really didn't learn a lesson. I'm sure he got his $400 for 7 minutes of work. So, I don't, that's pretty much, well, it just works because it's the perfect line to follow the biggest comic of all time, arguably. I know we could say Eddie Murphy and George Carlin and whatnot, but certainly the greatest living comic. And I had to go on after him. And he didn't even really give me an intro. He's like, I think there's somebody next. and he just walked off. So when I got on stage, people were already getting up to leave. I said, wait, wait, wait. And I had several people going, hey, we liked you better. Now, obviously, I'm not as funny as Dave Chappelle, but, the only reason I say that is because I showed that crowd respect. I didn't just fuck off and start roasting people for leaving. I got them on my side, and they stayed for the whole 20 minutes. And that's what I think John could have done. But he didn't, and there you go. And what are you going to do? Earl Skakel live. Let's go back to Skid Row for a second. Oh, it's pretty, nothing really going on right now, but the numbers do seem to bump up when I show Skid Row for whatever reason. Maybe it's the screen, like the fire's out right there. So here we go. I would think this place would be popping on a Friday night, but this is live outside of Hackamania in Vegas. By the way, I'll be at the Comedy Store tonight, 12 a.m. Thank you very much. So if you are in, Don, Eleanor, you, Rick, I miss it. Yeah, I miss the Comedy Store podcast, but I think the Comedy Store podcast center is in flux at the moment. I haven't been down in the podcast room since I got fired from the Comedy Store Wrestling podcast. Now, in their defense, we never really got big numbers, but that's the crazy thing is we got big guests. Like every time I watch AEW wrestling, I was like, oh, we had that guy on, we had that girl on, we had this guy on, we had. But what up, T-Gun? Just, I don't know. So, and it's crazy the money that the store probably could have made. If you think about it, Rogan's podcast could have been there. Burr's podcast could have been there. A Prime D'Elia's podcast could have been there. Theo Von's podcast could have been there. A lot of money could have been made downstairs in that little podcast room. Any open house visits planned? I thought of looking at a home on Barham today. Barham. 3-bedroom condo that space-wise could be really good for me. But hold on, let me see if I can find it. No, I don't really want to live right off the 101 freeway. And for those of you not knowing, the Barham, whatever it's called, you are literally piggybacking off the 101 freeway. So it's not, the noise must be pretty wild at night there. But, and it was at a price that I think I could have made some decent money on. Let's see here. Let me see here. Trying to look on Zillow. Let's see if no, where is this house? These are all homes around my area. Let's look at that. Now, this is 2 blocks up from me. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet, $985,000. Maybe this is, yeah, DJ, I don't know if that's going to happen, baby doll. All right, let's see the home. This could be looking at homes on Zillow with Earl. Okay, so let's go here. So this is a 1,400 square foot apartment, 2 blocks up from me, for $985,000. I am familiar with this building. I won't say how, if you know what I mean. Boing! Nice kitchen. Yes, DJ, Skid Row is not outside my window. I think that has been, nice kitchen. Definitely newer than mine, that's for sure. You got a pretty big living room area. It's very long. I don't know if, yeah, 100%. I don't need a kitchen if I don't cook. That's a fact, Jack. So this is it's a interesting layout. I always get a little fishy we're 10 pictures into 29 pictures. They've already showed you the living room like 5 times. So that tells me they're hiding something. Okay, that's a nice washer and dryer. I'll say that much. I like that. I love washer and dryers. Okay, so here's this looks like it would probably be the second bedroom, maybe. I would hope that's not the master. It looks pretty small. Okay, this is definitely the master bath. I mean, it looks nice. Apartment 6. I don't know if it's ground floor or not. Okay, so here's like the back end of the. Okay, here's the bedroom. Oh, this is the master bedroom. Okay, so that was the master bedroom with no furniture in it. Oh, so here's the master bath. All right, master bedroom. I'm sorry. I mean, interesting closets. I mean, it's okay. There's the lobby, nice lobby. I mean, no pool. That's a little weird. Now let's go back to the listing. Let's see the home. This is the key, homeowners. $864 a month. That's a lot for a building with no pool, no gym. That's a lot. So I would probably pass on this because my building, now I don't have a gym, but I have a very nice pool. So I don't know. It definitely would be a home that I could bargain on. I mean, I would maybe make an offer of 900 for it. Now, open house March 8th, maybe I'll go to it. But small closets, looked like it had small closets. So estimated Zillow 961, rent about 4,700. That checks out because I've been told I could get 5 grand a month for my condo. My condo is about the same amount of square footage as mine. Obviously, they're a little more updated. Estimated payment. I mean, more. All right, so we got home insurance, property taxes, HOA fees. I mean, that's a lot, man. So I don't know. I mean, it's not a lot. Oh, a lot of. It's 2 other homes for sale in this building. Now let's check out. Now this is 1.4, so that's a lot. Let's check out. What is this? Shopping with Earl. So this is about 450,000 more, but also 300 square feet more. Now here's the weird thing with this one: they only show you 11 photos. Once again, they're hiding something. Because if you're asking $1.5 million for a condo, you should have at least 40 pictures. So, all right. Well, nice layout, I suppose. Similar kitchen. That I'm going to assume is the second bedroom. It doesn't look big enough to be a master bedroom. The shower's okay. This bathroom's okay. This looks to be a loft area. All right. Balcony's okay, I suppose. Really, poor job on the realtors on this one to only have 11 pictures. Hold on. We'd love to invite you to collaborate with Small Pet Select on an upcoming campaign. If selected, you'll receive 10% commission. 10% commission. No, I'm good on that. I get so many fucking scam. Let's go back to Skid Row. Oh, we got some more people out there. So, I know, I'm a man of the people. I want what you guys want. Got a little bit of a fire in here. Yes, just TV is allowed caps occasionally. I get a lot of broads to come over to this place. Trust me on that one. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the. I don't cook, DJ. Sorry. 10% commission on. Yeah. I mean, I'm not that desperate for money. No, TB is allowed all caps privileges from time to time. Man, these people just came out of nowhere. This place be popping. Hello. No, ACDC's doing his job as a moderator. Yes, that was West Hollywood, to be honest with you. This is not West Hollywood, I can assure you of that much. But yeah, I mean, that's, and the homeowners, I mean, I pay right now $5.94. Now, I also live in an old building. Like, my building was built in '74. It's half wood. So, I mean, that was, I did like the 80s vibe of that building, but the closets were incredibly tiny. And I have so much shit in my house that, it's no need to apologize, TB's good people, AC. I know this is, I don't know what this car is doing, right? It's definitely a drug deal going on right now. Unless that's let's focus in on this. What is this? What is that? Something's going on. Oh, maybe they're selling food or something, but there's a line all of a sudden. I should go down there right now. Fuck that. I actually roll my property taxes into my mortgage. So I pay property taxes and mortgage about $1,600 a month plus the $594 for the insurance or I'm not insurance homeowner. So it's I put half down on my condo, so my fees are pretty reasonable. So yeah, I mean something's going on. I'm gonna guess they're selling food or booze. I mean, that would be a baller move if you just pulled up and had a fucking whole back full of booze. Yeah, what up, Sherry Calloway in the house? Yeah, damn. Here's the Fent tent right there. Maybe they're serving food, I doubt they're giving it away for free, but yeah, I mean, I would definitely. There's some white people there too, though. I'll tell you that much. Hit the like and subscribe button, guys. Thank you very much to Permaseal Finishing for the donations. Always appreciated. Although I do remember the Helms Bakery trucks. I think they're still on Venice and like Robertson around that area. So yeah, definitely giving something. Now this guy looks to be carrying a sandwich or soup. Maybe it's a soup. Maybe they're passing out soup or something. I mean, it is 60 degrees, so it's not. Well, I know a guy right now. What time is it? 2:49. So the nightclubs are popping right now. There's two nightclubs by my house that are open till 4. They stopped serving booze at 2, I think. So there's a guy in a mini cooler who just walks around outside the clubs with alcohol. So Rich Voss and I love Rich and his wife Bonnie. Earl Skakel live in the house. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. You guys are fucking comedy soldiers. And you are benefiting from me not being able to sleep. It's 2:50 a.m. Saturday morning. And we'll probably stream probably around 7 p.m. tomorrow, or I should say tonight. I've got a spot at the Comedy Store at midnight. And if you are in, oh, maybe close. Oh, yeah. I used to do that. I used to just drive around, just see a homeless person cold, and I just open up my door and say, "Take this jacket." Yeah, I don't know about that, Lone Wolf. I don't know. Oh, maybe they're giving out blankets and shit too. Although it's not. Maybe I should do this. I mean, the sad thing is there's so many fucking streets like this where you could pass out stuff. That is a good song, AC/DC. Yeah, I mean, I had a fiance over the pandemic. We were a good pairing, but unfortunately, like Axl Rose sang, nothing lasts forever, and we both know hearts can change. I've been through this such a long, long time, just trying to get it right. Yeah, that is a dope coat, though. I mean, if you're cold, that's a pretty nice jacket. So, yeah, I mean, for what I need to do, I don't want to say unfortunately, I can't really leave California. A lot of people say, Earl, you should go to New York. Your comedy style would do better there. And it probably would, because I think in New York, it's really, New York values actually being funny more than how many Instagram followers you have, whereas out here, it's the opposite. I mean, yeah, I'm sure people want you to be funny, but they also don't mind it if you have a million Instagram followers or whatever. So, we're getting who's sending me fucking mail at 2, 3 in the morning here? Jesus Christ, man! No respect, no respect. So Earl Skakel live in the house. I hope you guys are having a good. We got the fire kicking up. We got is that the Quad Father trying to get a jacket? So, and here's Lois the Cow. I think it's time for some Lois music, to be honest with you. Andrew Jacobs, $4.99. I rewatched the Cannonball Run last weekend for the first time in well over 40 years. Good God, Adrienne Barbeau was hot back in the day. Yeah, 100%. But you know what, Jacobs? You know what happens when
Earl Skakel getting paid, baby.
fuck yeah.
It's in the game.
Thank you, Andrew Jacobs. And the other girl was pretty hot in Cannonball Run.
Earl Skakel getting paid, baby. Earl Skakel. Earl Skakel. Earl Skakel. Getting paid, baby. Ray guns.
Fuck yeah.
Hit 'em with the ray gun.
Earl Skakel getting paid, baby. In the house. It's 60 degrees outside right now, in case you're wondering. Well, I mean, I think, I keep it real. Like, probably, I'm known. Like, when I hosted Potluck last Monday night, I fucking kept it real. And the crowd loved it. And the comics loved it. Even the comics who don't think I'm funny, which I'm sure there's a few. I mean, not everyone is for everyone. So I think my style in New York would go over better, but I'm not going to, at the age of 57, move to a new comedy city and start over. I just I don't have the time to do that shit. So, damn, I get a lot of fucking shit. AOL is the worst for spam, I got to be honest with you. I mean, I get probably 20 spam to one email. But here we are. See, I'm letting you guys look into my inbox. How many comics do that? Earl Skakel getting paid, baby. Oh yeah, I mean, I remember my first apartment was what was it, 8569 Burton Way, number 302, and I just looked up that apartment, and I think the rent, same apartment, they virtually not remodeled it at all. Because the crazy thing is, I had a friend of mine, a lady friend, who lived across. It was just random. She lived in my very first apartment building on the third floor. I think her unit was like 305 or something. And I knocked on unit 302. I said, "Hey, listen, this is my first apartment. I know this is strange. Can I look in here and just see how different it looks?" And the guy let me in, and it literally looked identical to when I had it. Now, when I lived there, it was $12.70 a month. This is 1989. No, 1988. And I said, "Listen, when I lived here, it was $1,270. How much is it now?" And he's like, $3,800. So that just goes to show you, AOL's old school. I like AOL. I mean, I'm just used to it. I mean, I know Gmail and Hotmail are like the hot fucking toddies. I love Matt Full Charge. Yes, we are friends. He's a great, great comic and a great guy. So, yeah, I mean, AOL, I'm just too lazy to move. 62 degrees here in Chicago. That's not too bad, actually. AOL. So they are actually probably selling out of the clothes they came out together. I mean, that's good. I mean, the scary thing is it's not that cold out. It's about 60 degrees. Tomorrow and Sunday it's supposed to be really hot. Tomorrow's supposed to be about 80, and then Sunday it's supposed to be about 89 degrees. So that's pretty hot for LA. So let's see what else is live right now. I don't want to bore you guys with. So we will. Whoa. Oh well. We will. There doesn't seem to be a lot live, to be honest with you. And there isn't. I mean, it is pretty late. So, we've got Keanu's stand-up set is a disaster. That's very interesting. I don't think I want to watch Keanu's set. Yeah, I'm good on that. So, Earl Skakel getting paid, baby. Did you know we could solve homelessness for $20 billion? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we could, but we're too busy with all the wars we are in. Pat Dixon canceled on YouTube. He used to be the only late night guy. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm taking over for Pat Dixon late night. I mean, there does seem to be. I mean, obviously, it's a niche time slot at 3 in the morning my time. Yeah, but KB's banned from YouTube for a week. If I think Chad said his channel strike is for 7 business days, so I think John will be cooking. Or Chad could have KB on his channel. So, see, I don't know who Naveed is. I'm out of the loop. KB, let me check KB on Twitter. I mean, I can't imagine he's taking that well. And what is it? Was it MLC? Would that be White Guys on Rumble? Yeah, is that what it is? White Guys on Rumble? Yeah, but no one. Okay. Let's look up Kevin Brennan. I mean, no one listens to Rumble. Might be MLC on Rumble. Okay, let's go. Let's read Kevin Brennan's tweets. He's got his pinned tweet is about the pedophile guy from Shuli's Networks. Anthony Cumia. Here's well, you guys can read it along with me. Let's see here. Hearing a lot of rumors that Stuttering John committed a few acts of Dabbleverse domestic violence against his ex-wife. Would explain a lot. No wonder they changed their last names and have nothing to do with him for years. Disgusting. I wonder if John's blocked me. No, he hasn't. There you go. Because I haven't exactly been a big supporter of him. The deadbeat dad is staying. Oh my God. I mean, see, this is not stuff that I would personally do. The deadbeat dad is staying here tonight. I don't want to be doxing anyone. So, I mean, that's crossing a line in my opinion, but, oh, really? Yeah, I don't, hold on. Did white guys, well, yeah, maybe, did Matt talk to you going to New York? Who's Matt? Well, let me see, I mean, stand with Kevin Brennan during his YouTube. Oh, Stevie Lou's organizing a GoFundMe for Kevin. Hey, YouTube, and YouTube created the tour continues. I don't like the doxing stuff at all, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't really see any. I don't see the phone numbers. Radio legend Eric Nagel has 38 people watching live. Okay. So I don't see any phone numbers here. I'm sure X is pretty quick to get that shit down. And then MLC has a post about ABBA looking like Jimmy Smith's. And then a picture of Stuttering John's ex-wife with her current husband. I mean, this shit just gets too personal for me. I mean, that's why I'm glad I'm not really in the Dabbleverse. So, from what I've been told, Permaciel finishing, who's Matt? Yes, you ain't in the Dabbleverse. Matt Mead? Is that what you meant? I mean, I mean, I don't know. When you say, has Matt talked to me about going to New York? I don't know. I mean, I know Matt, but I don't. I stole your love. You play with my heart, you play with my head. I got to laugh when I think of the things you said. How does it feel? 'Cause I stole your love. I stole your love. So, now a lot of people asked me, someone asked me earlier today about comedy influences. This was one of my biggest comedy influences right here. Listening to the Drudge Report on Sunday nights. So you're talking about Matt Mead. I mean, I don't think Matt Mead would offer me to go to New York anytime soon. I mean, I don't think Matt could afford my rate, if you know what I mean. So, because I'm assuming Matt works with Stancil at the, what is it, the Broadway Comedy Club or whatever. I would definitely not go to New York to just play that club. Yeah, no, this is Matt Drudge. He was really my first, not my first, but like, when I really started doing comedy, I would listen to the Matt Drudge radio show. He was just for inspiration. He was just so funny to me that, he's gay in real life, and yet his Republican fan base, I don't think, knew he was gay. So they would say some pretty homophobic stuff. Guys, we'll go to 90 minutes, so another 6 minutes. Yeah, Drudge is a big time piazza, but I don't think his fan base knew that, so it was just funny to me that he would do that radio show and get some pretty homophobic callers. And it was pretty funny to listen to some of them. Earl Skakel Live, Saturday morning. Thank you to Corey Perry for his 50 games he played with the LA Kings. He was my favorite player this year. And now I'll have to watch the Tampa Bay Lightning. And, take it from there, I suppose. Someone told me that a guy who leans to the left, like a billionaire, bought the Drudge Report essentially for a couple $100 million. And that's what the turn of the website, kind of went from hardcore right, anti-Clinton, to a little more leaning to the left. So, that makes sense. Which is too bad, because he was like the last bastion of, he kind of gave both sides shit, but he definitely leaned towards the right. But now he kind of is, I don't know if I'd say he's anti-Trump, but he's up there. Oh, Matt Fultron. I'm sorry, dude. Is Matt in New York now? I mean, I only really see him at the Comedy Store. I mean, I would definitely like to play New York more, but it's gotta like financially make sense for me. I can't go to New York and fucking, you know, it's just not enough money for me. Like, I'm not a name, but I'm not unknown either. So I kind of fall into that middle ground, which is not financially doable, unfortunately for me. So Earl Skakel live in the house. Getting another email at 4 in the fucking morning from Dick's Sporting Goods. Yowza. I don't think so. I love the Dick's Sporting Goods in Alabama, but I don't think I'll be going to Alabama anytime soon. If you know what I'm saying. If you know, you know. So, I mean, Earl is Dave Temple considered a good comic. I don't know who that is, AC/DC. No shade towards Dave Temple, but I don't know who that is. So, I can't answer that question. I mean, very few comics, to be honest with you, are considered good these days. It's mostly social media people, and the checkbook is out for the lady, for the missus. Watch out. 3 more minutes, guys, and then Earl Ramped Skakel is going to bed. Thank you for the likes and the subscriptions. Oh, where did Where did Crosby get traded to? Baltimore? I mean, I thought he'd be perfect for the Steelers to get. You know, they need another aging fucking guy. I mean, that would be pretty neat to see Crosby and then Highsmith and Watt on the outside coming in. But oh yeah, I mean, you know, he's still a great player and he'll be rejuvenated. You know, I'm waiting for you know, Rodgers to make a decision. I mean, are we going to get punked again by Rodgers? Either you want to play or you don't. Like, I respect him, obviously, and I thought he was great for the Steelers this year, but yeah, maybe I should get in on the Legion of Skanks. You know, I'd move to New York for that. You know, I'd probably get on Rogan and all that shit, so. But I'm also not going to move to New York for several reasons that I don't have the energy to get into. I mean, I don't know if I would trade 2 first rounders for Crosby. I mean, you know, I mean, I get along with Lewis, and I'm pretty friendly with Zach. I mean, Zach was on Roast Battle, so you know. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to move to. Now that's a pretty nice gig, and funny enough, it would probably lead me to getting on Rogan, but I don't know. Well, $4.99, baby. If you don't want the ray gun, I respect that. So what you will get is you get the triple smoke detector chirp.
Double ray guns. Hit 'em with the ray gun.
And you're gonna get it anyway, big permaseal. Maybe this week I should go on every afternoon at 1 p.m. to move in on the MLC crowd. Thank you very much, Permaseal. You're the man. I always appreciate your generosity. I know in this economy, times are tough. And we got 40 more seconds, guys. So I'm going to go to sleep now. Maybe watch a little bit of Law and Order before I go to sleep. And we'll stream tomorrow. I'm going to try to do it right after the Kings game. Kings play tomorrow at 4 p.m. in LA against the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, I mean, Ari definitely benefited from you know, moving to New York, and I think I'm basically passing every club in New York but the Cellar. I've never tried to get in at the Cellar because I'm just never there, but I certainly would. But you know, it's like LA is where you still have to live to quote unquote make it. And I do. Oh shit, Permaseal finishing $4.99. Well, you know what? You're gonna hear it again, Permaseal.
Double ray guns. Hit 'em with the ray guns.
Thank you very much, Permaseal. Well, the problem with Crosby is that, yeah, he's unbelievable. I mean, 70 sacks basically in 7 years, but he has a lot of wear and tear on his body. And, you know, it's going to be like when the Steelers gave Watt that huge contract, and he hasn't been the same since. So now here's a new song by Buddhist Priest. Now, we haven't had a lot of trolls in here tonight, but, you know, you should hear this song.
You know, we've had a lot of trolls in here tonight, talking shit, trying to make me feel bad. You know, put your shirt on. Just know that you trolls, you anonymous fools. Fake names, no photos, cause you got a face that can make a train take a dirt road.
Fuck yeah.
You might be next, but you'll never be first. There's not a day that ends in Y. Where I wish I was you guys. Most of you got the complexion of Edward James Olmos. You have nothing in life I want. I'm Earl Skakel, 6'1", 205 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal.
You can tell he does.
Sweet, never sour. I'm the man of the hour. There ain't a day that
here's something Buddhist priest said. Let's see. Okay. No, that's
It's Earl Skakel live with your host, Earl Skakel. Tonight's guest, your mother, featuring some guy reporting live from Skid Row. Earl Skakel is filmed before a live Earlverse audience. Earl Skakel is filmed before a non-live Lois. No flash photography while in filming. All hecklers and trolls will be removed, violated, defrocked, expunged, and otherwise harmed and made an example of. It's Earl Skakel live! And now here's your host, Earl
um. I did not see Billy Idol in that interview, but I know his documentary just came out. Billy Idol Must Die, and I hear it's pretty good. So, 100%. I mean, I'm friends with Chad, as you know, Permaseal, but we believe in freedom of speech here. So, you know, well, Rob, my dad was so old he thought Crosby was the gay one, and I had to explain it to him. I don't know what do you mean by that, Rob? I don't understand that. Uh, well, no, I mean ACDC, like Permaseal's I made a lot of money through Permaseal's hatred of Chad. So, but freedom of speech in the Earlverse. So we don't. I don't tell people how to think. And well, like I think the great thing about me is like, and although I certainly appreciate Permaseal's generosity, as I do Andrew Jacobs' generosity and Bert Perkins, and I don't necessarily stream for money, so I let people say what they want to say in their super chats, and I think a lot of streamers don't because they don't want to upset other super chatters. But my thing is, listen, you pay me $5, $20, whatever it may be, $1.99, 99 cents. It doesn't really matter the amount. You can say whatever you want, except for like racist stuff. So, I mean, Chad is he's a provocateur of sorts. So, we'll go to 100 minutes, guys. It's all about the hate. Hate works. $1.99. Fuck yeah, it does. So, you know what that means? The ghost of Lois is going to give you some love right now. The ghost of Lois is going to give you some love. And it's even the color of your super chat. Yeah, I mean, I like Nasty Neil, but if you guys don't like Nasty Neil, super chat me some hate. No, I'm just kidding. Like Kevin Brennan told me, there's no money in liking someone, Earl. Now, I'm the complete opposite of that, but that's also why I usually only have 30 people in my stream. I mean, who wants to come in here really and hear me talk about, AEW wrestling and hockey? Probably not very many, but you know what? I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I love it. I mean, listen, I'm friends with Tom Myers, but I don't. Here's the thing about me: I don't really expect you guys to carry on my feuds. Like, if you guys like Jeff Ross, hey, go buy his albums, go see his Broadway show or whatever, go see his stand-up. I don't hold it against you. I mean, I'm completely grossed out by the guy, but hey, fuck it. What are you gonna do? We want to go on long walks with the dog. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna. Like I said, it's going to be a while before I get a dog. As you know, Lois still has my heart. So it would not be fair for me to get another dog and just kind of like not give it the love it deserves. Eventually I will, but it's only been 3 weeks. So are you friends with Pauly Shore? I am. I mean, I love RJ City. You know, if you want to look up RJ City, Earl Skakel, he did the Comedy Store podcast, and we had an amazing time. I mean, it was, I love RJ City, and I will see him next week. So, oh, thank you, DJ. Lois was a great, great dog. She really was very, very special to me. And, you know, it's just one of those things that, um, you know, what are you going to do? Oh yeah, I know. I mean, I will say though, it is not. I mean, I absolutely miss Lois, and I wish she was here right now. But you know, I do have a little bit more freedom to do things. Lois was, yeah. I don't know who Lewis is, but Lois, I'm sure Lewis is cool. 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. How was David Spade to you? David Spade's always nice when I see him. I mean, you know, he. Yeah, I'm pretty well liked in the LA scene. So, you know, I mean, I've had a few interactions in the belly room off hours, if you know what I mean. Spade's cool. I mean, you know, Spade gets it. He's famous. He's successful. He gets tons of hot pussy. I mean, he's really got no reason to be a dick. So, DJ, it's all good. I don't judge anyone on their spelling. I should be asleep. Permaseal finishing $1.99. No Chad is a 90 IQ illiterate drunk thief. No Chad is a 90 IQ illiterate drunk thief. So you know what you get? Permaseal for that. You don't get the ray gun. You don't even get this. You get shit. What happened to it? You get you get okay. Yeah, here they are. You get this, baby.
Earl Skakel, getting paid, baby. Yeti Sport. It's in the game. Earl Skakel.
Fuck yeah, getting paid, baby. Permaseal gets the smoke chip. Earl Skakel live in the house. What else do we have? Yeah, that's about it. We Kiss the Cobra. Let's see. No, that's about it. I think we're all smoking double ray gun, baby.
Double ray guns. Hit 'em with the ray guns.
My opinion, how much does Permaseal need to donate for you to do a Tide 5? I don't do comedy on my streams because you got to understand, I'm a stand-up. I'm trained to hear laughter. I can't do a joke right now and just see LOL in the chat. So I don't want any money for stand-up because I'm not going to give you stand-up in my stream. But like I tell new people, or old fans, not age-wise, but just you know, I have about 1,500 clips of my stand-up on YouTube, so there's no excuse to not go there. And, you know, you could watch stand-up for the next 2 hours from me if that was your choice. How do you make a tissue dance? Put a little boogie in it. Hey, Earl Skakel over now.